Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Inside the Headset as we roll up on the plateau. Going to talk to the head coach of the Cookeville Cavaliers, Jimmy Maynord. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Hey, I'm doing okay, Stork. I guess I just, trying to get a little better.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, Coach, you played last Thursday night, and the only thing is you got exposed a little bit out there because he's probably the only action on the screen. But I did watch a little bit of the game, and I just didn't think you executed very well. Caught that loss 28-6 against Upperman. It was over at Tennessee Tech. Great experience for the kids to play on a collegiate football field and everything, but not so great on the field as far as the performance from the Cookeville Cavaliers. And I'm not saying anything bad, just thought at times you just a little sloppy there, and it wasn't anything you could correct in the middle of a game.
Well, I mean, I obviously, we had Stork. We had we looked like a team that had no experience on the offensive side. Our defense actually played pretty well.
Okay.
They gave a great effort and gave us some opportunities, but offensively, we just didn't play well. We had 13 penalties. We had 6 blocking the backs. We had 3 false starts. Every single offensive series, we did something. We didn't have one clean offensive series the whole game.
Yeah, you just kept shooting yourself in the foot. I felt like
Yeah.
you would make a good play, and then I'd say, okay, Coach Maynard's going to get something going here now. We got a little bit, at least picked up 4 or 5, and then it just seemed like now, and then you make another mistake, and then you have to give the ball back to them 4 down or whatever. But you talk about it.
Well, as bad as it was, and it was not good. It's I mean, all my years of coaching, I don't know that I've ever gone through a game to where offensively we just absolutely every single series, and I went through the tape very thorough. We've talked about it. I went over it with our kids, and we just, and that's not to take anything away from Upland. Upland has a very good football
Yes,
team.
sir.
You're gonna hear about them. They're a good team. If they stay healthy, they're gonna make some noise in 4A. They returned 20 starters from a year ago. It's kind of reversal from, the last year. Last year we returned a veteran team, and they were kind of starting over and young, and we won the game 28-0. So but that's experience. There's no substitute for experience. But we just made so many mistakes. We never had one single offensive series that we didn't have a penalty or a turnover or a mistake even before a turnover. And you just can't win, not especially against a good football team, and you're not going to beat a bad football team doing that. And as bad as it was, with 5 minutes left in the game, it's a 14-6 ball game, and we're still in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what was. I mean, yeah, as bad as you played, you're still in the daggone thing all the way up to the end.
So, but I guess if there's a bright side to it, and I told the kids this, we talked about this a lot on Monday. All the stuff that we did wrong can be corrected.
Yeah, it's fixable.
That's the thing. It's not a physical thing to where we just absolutely got steamrolled and physically whipped. Sometimes you can't help that. That just happens. But that was not the case, and so it can be corrected. We just have to be more disciplined. And again, we look like a team that 9 new starters on offense, and that's what we look like. And but we'll get it corrected. We'll get better, and we'll be better this week, and continue to get better each week.
Well, I was talking to Coach Kreisky. He says running kind of fixes that a little bit. It fixes it a little bit on some of the mental stuff, and not being mean, but. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but, somewhere along the way, I ran my suicides in the gym, and I ran a lot in cross country, and I ran a lot, ups and downs. And you know what, though? You learn not to jump. You learn to stay still, and you learn not to hold, and you just remember not to do it.
We had 6 blocking the backs, which is unheard of. And some of those, I mean, the opening kickoff, we return it to the 30-yard line, and we get a block in the back. So there, we start back on the 13. Just a lot of things went wrong, and that's, but again, and I've said this, and I tell our kids is I have to be patient as a coach, and I'm not a very patient person, and I have to work on that a lot, and I know that with we just don't have experience. I mean, we've got 4 new starting offensive linemen. We returned 1 offensive lineman and 1 wide receiver. Everybody else is new. Everybody else is inexperienced. And now defensively, we did have more players out there on defense, and their defense did a good job. They kept us in the game. Now, we did have a few mistakes that cost us a little bit there, but for the most part, they kept playing, played hard, and gave us an opportunity. And we had an opportunity. We just, we can't play that way and win games. That's just can't do it. But, we got to put it behind us and move forward.
Well, and you're right. Like you said, whether it's just a little cleaning up here and a little cleaning up there as far as technique and teaching, and where your feet are supposed to be and don't do this and don't do that. I mean, as long as they're wanting to get better and they'll listen to you guys, I mean, many a stride can be made as long as the students are ready to learn. I mean, you guys have the knowledge. They just got to want to listen and want to get better.
Well, and I think they will, and I think they understand what, the problems were, and hopefully they're willing to correct them. And then you're going to have some penalties. I get that. You're going to make mistakes, but that one was to the extreme, and I don't know that I've ever experienced that in 42 years of coaching. That every offensive series there was something went wrong. We never had a clean series, and I mean clean. We didn't have something go wrong penalty wise or a bust or something, and that's just we got to get it corrected, and we will. And it's a work in progress, and I expect us to be better this week than we were last week, and continue that each week.
Well, going to be on the home field. Going to get to turn on the lights on the turf. Livingston Academy coming in, Coach McCoy, and this is a big game. This one in the White County and the Upperman game. These are your 3 non-conference games. You're going to do everything you can to schedule them just because of the gate, the tradition, and Livingston Academy. Talk to us a little bit about them, Coach. Don't know much about them, but they did lose to White County pretty good, and they're 0-1 coming over to.
They did, and they're in the same boat as we are. They lost a lot of kids, so they're very inexperienced too. And I watched the game. I was at the game. They played on Friday.
Yeah.
I saw the game, and they actually, they're young, but they and inexperienced, but they get after you on defense. They're a pretty blitz heavy team and play man coverage and had opportunities to make plays, and they had a difficult time tackling the kid from White County who's a good player, and he makes a lot of people look bad. Little Dowell kid, Malachi Dowell, he's just an exceptional player, but they'll play hard. They always do, and hopefully we can play well and just have a good football game.
Well, I hope you got a gate. I hope somebody comes out and sees you play.
They will. We'll have crowds.
I know you will, Coach.
It always is. It'll be a good night for both of us.
Well, I'll look forward to coming up week 9. I've got that Blackman game. They beat Brentwood, Coach, so I don't know if you should have scheduled them or not. But anyway, we'll be up there week 9. I'm going to get to see them. They got a COVID win. They're trying to find a game to play, looking for a game, and I got Riverdale Friday night, so I'm going over to a familiar place to you, Coach. You don't know how to get to Riverdale, do you, Coach Maynord?
I believe I do.
Well, I got Rossview, so I'll be thinking about you when I'm over there Friday night. But the backyard brawl is actually next Friday night, and that's Riverdale and Blackman at Blackman. So, so
that'll be interesting.
Yeah. So I know you'll be watching the score of the Riverdale Rossview game, see what it looks like. But good luck Friday night, Coach. And I can't thank you enough for what you do for high school football and all the kids. And you're just you're a legend, and we can't thank you enough.
Hey, thank you, Stork. I appreciate you.
All right, see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.